I can never forget that image and the pain of that.
We drove back. I remember it was almost like Armageddon. You know, everything was so gray, and
all I could just see was this film of mud covering my lawn. And
I finally got the door open. The house was still full of water. Water came pouring out.
And I walked through that front door, and I could just see the whole living room on the floor.
My sofas were turned upside down. My freezer was turned upside down.
Mold just all the way to the ceiling. And
my vehicle gone. My instruments were gone.
I can remember just seeing people, and I'm going to get a little emotional here.
Of course, a lot of these things, like a lot of people, I've kept it inside.
You don't laugh as much anymore. You don't laugh as hard.
Couldn't take it. I couldn't take it. Just clean it out and call me when it's done.
Everything that I've worked for is gone.
He's sitting on me crying, and I'm crying, and
I thought it would never happen, but yet it was there happening.
Not knowing where people were.
Didn't really even want to move back.
And the terrible smell.
Couldn't even take the smell.
God, the smell.
Roof damage.
Loss of life.
It's unacceptable.
Deserted.
Red tape.
It was chaos.
We're still suffering.
A lot of guilt.
So afraid.
Just depressed.
Very alone.
Sorrow.
Nightmares. Desperation.
Frustrating. Shock.
I've almost forgotten how hard it was. It was real hard. It was, and we all struggled. But you know, everybody just came back and just went to work.
We just started over. Okay, let's do it.
And you know, at 50 years old, I'm going back to work like I was 25 again. Gutting houses, fixing this, fixing that, 20-hour days, 18-hour days.
Shoveling wet, heartbreaking wet stuff that I didn't even want to look at what it was.
There was the Smiths' pile of junk, and there was the Joneses' pile of junk. But after everybody left, I'd circle back and go get their junk.
It was hard work, man, hard work. I never knew how a house was built, the structure of it, how many pieces of wood it took to build the house.
I want to thank America's volunteers. Volunteers from all over America. Over 2 million people have come to help us to rebuild.
We had wonderful people from all over the United States willing to give up their time to sleep in a tent to come and provide us assistance. That showed what the United States is really about.
It was hard, but we rolled up our sleeves every day, every day, every day. We rolled up our sleeves and did our part to push this city to another level.
The conversation about what New Orleans should look like, because it's rebuilding, is an immense opportunity for anyone who wants to get engaged and be a part of that voice saying, I think New Orleans should look like this.
There was a lot of opportunities that came out of it, and it took people who had the forethought, motivation, creativity, and innovation to actually start to make those things happen.
I never realized until this experience in such devastation that the common man, that all of us collectively could really bring change.
I definitely think that there's a lot of young people now who want to do some healing.
There's a different attitude about participating in what's happening government-wise, civic-wise.
We're all moving forward. The African American community, the Vietnamese community, the Latino community, the Native American community, we're all working together.
Because when you look at your city underwater, it's like, okay, what can we salvage and what can we do? And I consider the Mardi Gras Indians and the social and pleasure clubs, the brass bands, those people who have processions through our neighborhoods, they were in a sense cultural and spiritual first responders. The beauty and vibrancy against the stark devastation was the most profound statement. You can't kill this. Floodwaters can't wash it away.
We have a cultural mixture that's so unique and in a place that's so unique that to let any of it die is a terrible thing.
It is a city of immense history and culture and people and us, and how could we not come back?
Walking in pretty much any neighborhood down the street, live music, and it feels like it's our own personal soundtrack.
Everything loves to be in a place like this somehow. It's just on the border of water and the heat, and I don't know, something about the mixture. I feel like life just like pops out of the ground here.
To me, there's nothing better than my way of life as far as go out on the water, watch the sunrise, watch the birds fly across the sunrise in the morning.
And beyond the humidity, there's something in the air that feels like soul.
I have roots here. You know, I have family members that I can look back for a few generations and know that they helped to start a community.
To me, it'd be hard to leave the place because I was born and raised.
And it's a really beautiful combination of old and new here.
We have good music, good food.
Oh my goodness, the food.
The food, of course.
Food, oh my God.
But not just the food, the people who grow the food and cook the food and who sit down at the tables with me to enjoy the food, because we know how to treasure the pleasures of the table like no place else on earth.
We have that Southern hospitality.
The architecture, which is amazing.
Fishing, boating, hunting.
The political traditions, which are god-awful.
The snowball stand.
And all the we have so many festivals, it is crazy.
We party at the drop of a hat.
It's bohemian.
It's the costuming, it's the music and the second lines, it's the enthusiasm for life and for celebration and just jumping into the joy of life.
And it allows people to literally be in touch with their insanity and get away with it.
You can be as standing and upright as you think you might be and be as extreme and goofy on one end, and you're all sort of treated the same, you know?
Walk down the street and someone will just say, hey, and say, hey, and you'll just have a conversation.
It's not just the city, it's the people that makes the city.
It's home. It's what I enjoy. It's what I want. It's what I want for my grandkids, for them to experience the good things that this area has to offer.
And because I want to raise my family here, I'm going to do whatever in my power to make this city better. I don't care what it is. If we need a better health system, I'm going to fight for a better health system. If we need better schools, we're going to fight for a better school.
I think we have a great future. I think the fact that we've come back so much is absolutely amazing.
Think about this on a daily basis. How I contribute, how people behind me are going to contribute, the people who have contributed to it.
We're here and we're not going anywhere.